गुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हुकुम करोति वाचालं पंगुम लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्। One second, I'll just switch on the light and then we'll start. This one, yeah, this one. Why it's not turning on?
What is that remote?
That's for the AC. The light used to work. They put that in here. Was it here? Maybe. Shouldn't be here, I guess. Okay, so the power. I believe this light was working fine. Is there a timer? Okay, timer is that side. Maybe it turns off all the light. Don't remove that one, but is there a plug here?
Yeah, this way.
Huh. I think it turned on just now. Not that one, it's a timer. We don't want to test that. Is there anything other than that? No, right? Oh, yes. Don't want these surprises. Oh, something. Oh.
Lose connection.
No, but that's a timer. Leave that one. That's okay. That's okay. We'll see however best we can do. But you all can you can see my screen. Is that right? So, beautiful. So today we are on Nectar of Instruction, verse 4. Just to connect the dots together, we have covered 3 verses. Again, Nectar of Instruction was written by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari in Krishna Leela. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, he is Rupa Goswami. So he wrote this instruction to talk about specifically what are the things which stops us growing in bhakti and what are the things which helps us to grow in bhakti. So far, first 2 verses which we covered, I'll go back here on the screen, right? So the first 2 verses were actually talking about what are things we should not be doing which spoils the bhakti. We talked about various aspects: controlling the urge to speak, controlling the mind, and controlling the anger, controlling the tongue, controlling the belly and genitals. And then we also talked about not over endeavoring for mundane things which are difficult to obtain, unnecessarily talking, and using scriptural knowledge or injunctions for, rather than growing in bhakti, using it for own personal agendas, and then associating with worldly mind people who doesn't have anything to do with Krishna consciousness and being greedy for material achievements, right? So that's what we covered in 2. The third verse actually covered what are the 6 things help in bhakti. Very important verse. So it covered being enthusiastic. We should endeavor with confidence. We should be patient because it doesn't happen over a day or night. And practicing bhakti by following, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. And again, very important point which was there before: abandoning association of non-devotees. It is exactly opposite to what was told before. and following the footsteps of previous acharyas. Like we just had Nityanand Tirodashi happened yesterday. Nityanand Prabhu is Balram, who appeared as Nityananda Prabhu in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but in the mood of Radharani. And Nityanand Prabhu is Balram, who is the first expansion of Krishna. Right? So we covered that. So following what actually is the mood about preaching and following the mood footsteps of taking the Harinam very seriously. Now this text 4 is talking about, again, now this is positive aspect. Dadati pratigrunnati
तदाति प्रतिगृह्णाति
guhyam akhyati pritchati
गुह्यमाख्याति पृच्छति
bhumte bhojayate chaiva
भुङ्क्ते भोजयते चैव
sadvidam priti lakshanam.
षड्विधं प्रीतिलक्षणम्.
Very beautiful verse. Ramesh Prabhu, can you read the translation?
Offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasada and offering prasada are the six symptoms of love shared by one devotee and other.
Wonderful, thank you. So, what is this verse focusing on? This verse is focusing on what are the six things. We read six things. Now, the six things are another expansion of that. So, first thing is offering gift in charity. The charity to whom? To other devotee. So, offering gift and taking gifts. One beautiful example is there in Srimad Bhagavatam about Sudama, right? So, when Sudama and Krishna were actually um, friends together in Gurukul. And then after they grew up, then Sudama, he was a Brahmana, was very poor, very, very, very poor. And then Krishna then became the king of Dwarka. And Sudama's life was so poverty stricken that he didn't have even money to buy food to actually maintain his family. So one time his wife told him, you were telling that Krishna is your friend, why don't you go and see him that way, and then also see if he can help you that whatever way. So but Sudama was shying away. No, I have a desire to see Krishna, but I don't want to ask anything. So he was shying away. So at the time, um, somehow he got convinced that I want to go and see Krishna. And when he was going, he said, how can I go empty handed? I want to take something for Krishna. But he did not have money. So his wife actually begged chipped rice. Earlier times, chipped rice, which is called as poha, right? They were very cheap, very cheap. Whatever somebody comes as begging, what if they don't have anything, they'll give the chipped rice. Take this. So she begged, and very low quality chipped rice. She got those, and when she got the chipped rice, she gave it to this, and then tied it in a cloth, and then gave it to Sudama. And Sudama put it in his waist, and then he started walking towards Dwarka. And when he entered Dwarka, he saw beautiful palaces, because Krishna built for his 108 queens. He built 108 palaces, very, very beautiful palaces he built for them. And when he entered, he was surprised with the opulence of Dwarka. And when he entered towards the entrance door of the palace where Krishna was there, and then he asked the doorkeeper. The doorkeeper were asking, who are you? Actually, the doorkeepers of Dwarka were rich as today's billionaires or trillionaires. Imagine just the gatekeepers. So what to talk about that in today's age? If we think about gatekeepers, how much they'll be getting? But these are Krishna's gatekeepers. So they said, just tell Krishna I'm Sudama. And when Krishna heard that, they were like, who's this guy? His dhoti is completely, ripped apart. And then he just so looks very dull, very poor. How, I don't know what, but they somehow followed the instruction, went to Krishna. And when Krishna heard Sudama, he started running from his palace, ran, and come, came to Sudama and hugged him really tight and started crying. The tears started flowing from Krishna's eyes and Sudama's eyes. These gatekeepers were shocked. What is going on? And then Krishna brought Sudama to the palace and he made him sit on his throne and he started washing his feet. And then Rukmini, who is the queen, right? Lakshmi is the expansion of Rukmini. She was doing the charmer to Sudama. And then Krishna said, "You came to me and you didn't bring anything? You must have brought something." And he saw the cloth bag. He immediately took it out. Sudama said, "No, no, no, this is not for you." But Krishna immediately opened and started eating. And Rukmini asked, "Are you going to eat everything? Will you keep something for me as well?" And then Krishna smiled and he gave it to Rukmini also. And then they had wonderful time talking to each other, sharing those wonderful moments when they were in Gurukul of Sandipani Muni, talking about those things when their guru asked them to go and get the wood for fire. They went in and there was a severe storm, which is just coming now, winter storm, just coming in 1 or 2 days. So they actually stayed in the forest itself that night because they couldn't come back, and they were just sharing that how they pleased the Lord, their spiritual master came searching for them, and all they were discussing. And finally, next day Sudama said, "I have to leave." He didn't want to ask anything from Krishna, and he bid farewell from Krishna. Krishna was very happy seeing him, and after that he was also a little sad that Sudama is leaving. He bid him farewell, and when Sudama entered after days and days of walking, when he entered near his house, he saw a beautiful palace exactly at that place where his house was built. He was like, "I don't know, maybe I'm just too old. I just came to a wrong place." And he saw a beautiful lady coming out of it, which looked like his wife, but he never saw her as opulent as that, like Lakshmi. And then he was like, "I don't know what is happening." And then his wife called him, "Swami, where are you going? Come here." And then he realized what had happened is he just gave Krishna chipped rice, and Krishna reciprocated with the big mahal, big palace for him, right? So giving charity, even Krishna and Sudama, this pastime which I was mentioning about, a reciprocation between two devotee friends. This is one example Krishna and Sudama represent. So whenever we get to meet devotees, we should give gifts and we should also accept gift when they bring in. This is one of the reciprocation, one of the very important reciprocation between devotees. That's first one. Second, I said first one is giving, offering, accept, and accepting, vice versa, both. Same way, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially. Now, this is extremely important, two aspects of this verse. Lot of times when we come in bhakti, and remember, because like material world is like swimming in the flow of a current. Like you've seen, if any of you have seen Ganga, when it flows like really really fast. I've seen it in Haridwar and I still remember that. So if you don't hold the rope, you will just be swept away with the flow, with the current of Ganga. So material world is exactly like that. As long as you are just going with the flow, as long as the material world is asking for being competitive, being proud, being more money, being more resources, and basically acquiring everything which material world demands for the whole race or whole dog rate or rat race is going on, just following that, not a big deal. Everyone can do it, not such a big deal. But when you come to spiritual life, you are now trying to swim against the current, which is very difficult. If we don't know swimming, the another example which we can think about, when you bike on a straight road, easy, but when you climb on the hill, you realize it's so difficult. So bhakti is exactly like that. So when we come in bhakti, a lot of challenges come, relatives issue, relationship issues, and then job issues, because we don't know now how to balance bhakti along with whatever we are doing. Because so far, I will wake up at whatever time, I'll just go to work and come back. But now, when you started practicing bhakti, I want to chant rounds, I want to hear Krishna Katha, I want to do some service. So now your time hasn't expanded yet, so your time is limited. But now you realize, oh, now there is a resource crunch, there is a time crunch now. How do I do that? So now these things actually became a problem for us to understand. How do I actually resolve that? Because you are doing it for a higher purpose now. So we need to have association of such devotees, or we need to have such a close relationship with at least few devotees, or at least one whom we share our heart and confidence, especially to a person who will never judge us. And then sharing our heart. Hey, you know what? I'm chanting 16 rounds, but now slowly, yesterday I just chanted 12. Now I'm getting to 10. I'm getting to 8. Can you guide me? What is happening? If you don't approach, what happens is you slowly go away. You won't even realize. So we need to have devotees whom we can share our heart confidentially. I'll share you a beautiful example from Srimad Bhagavatam. So there is a story of Ajamil. We may know about that no name as well as that past name, but I want to spell that out. So Ajamil was a very pious Brahmana, following everything as per regulative principles, following all scriptures, following his parents' instruction. He was married, he had a beautiful wife, nice relationships going on. One day his father asked him, "You go and get the wood from the forest." Because earlier times we didn't have CNG and all that stuff, the gas and all that stuff. Get the wood, they will cook on that. So he went to the forest. He saw one prostitute was enjoying with a man, and he saw that scene. He left from there, but his thought process was meditating on that prostitute. He was not able to get rid of this thought. He knew that this is not good, but he was mentally focusing on that prostitute. That thought became so intense. Now he desired to enjoy that prostitute. Now what this prostitute does? She is looking for a money. She has no other purpose. She has no husband. She has no relationship, but it's all about money. So he started associating with that Vaishya, that prostitute. And now this prostitute was asking him money. And because he didn't have money, so he left his family. He started robbing and killing people. For what? To satisfy his desire to enjoy with that prostitute and pay her for that enjoyment. And the days went on. He started continuing enjoying, started living with that Vaishya. And then with that prostitute living, he reached to the age of 70. At that age, interestingly, that's a very late age, he was somehow given a son. And then one Brahmana came to his house while this guy was not there, Ajamil. So at that time, he was not there. So the Brahmana came and the wife served him nicely, the prostitute. And then Brahmana said that you should put your son's name as Narayan. And he left. Just within few months or whatever, the death came. The Yamadutas came to actually pull the soul of Ajamil because he did so many sinful activities. While they were pulling his soul, he called up Narayan. He called his son because the tendency of a parent is to be attached to the, the youngest son or the youngest child. So at that time, immediately Vishnu Dutas came. When Vishnu Dutas came, they said, Yamadutas, you can't take him. Arey, why this guy is so sinful? Look at, we have an account, we can tell you. But he said, because he chanted the name of Narayan, you cannot take it. So Ajamil saw all this stuff and he regretted about his life. Now, because he did sinful activities and he also chanted the name of Narayan, but he did not purify himself yet, right? Just chanting the name of Narayan doesn't purify. It's not that this person is completely purified because he actually called his son. So he realized his mistake. So he cannot go to spiritual world and he cannot stay in the material world either. Or the Yamadutas cannot take him. So at that time he was given second chance. He went to Haridwar and did the tapasya for many years and then finally went back to Godhead. Why did I bring this pastime? When he saw that prostitute being enjoyed by this man or she was enjoying, he was alone. He meditated, but he didn't have any person to share his heart to. He have seen that. If he would have shared, the other person should have helped him, saying that don't do this. This is not good. This is breaking four regulator principles. Right? There is another story about Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj was a on his name, our country's name is Bharatvarsh. So he was a very powerful king. And then he retired from his kingdom and he went to the forest to do tapasya. He was a very powerful devotee actually. He started worshipping day and night, worshipping Lord Vishnu, offering flowers, doing various activities for Lord Vishnu, doing worship. One day while he was meditating, there was a mother deer who was about to deliver a deer, baby deer. And at that time, actually, his lion roared in the search of hunting. And then mother deer ran. And then within that, when she was running, she was jumping the baby deer. She actually begot the child and she immediately died. So now this baby deer was very small. Bharat Maharaj saw that deer, very baby deer. And he saw, who will take care of it? The lion will eat it, I'll take care of him. So he took that baby deer, started nourishing him, started giving him food and all that stuff. To an extent, he started forgetting his meditation and he started focusing on him. Where is my deer? Is he eating properly? How he shouldn't go so far. I hope he is safe. The lion and tiger are not chasing him. In that meditation, he left the body and he became
Dear.
deer in next life. Again, when you are alone, when you don't have other devotees to actually practice bhakti, Maya will take you like that, even at such stage. That's why when we practice bhakti, we should do it in the association of devotees. And we should build relationship to an extent where we find out devotees or friends, devotee friends whom we can share our heart, whom we can get instruction from, whom we can say take guidance from. We should do that. It's very important. And at the same time, the other aspect is what is inquiring confidentially also. How are you? How's your work? I know there is a lot of recession going on. Is your work okay? Is your boss treating you well? Is your wife okay? I heard that she is doing well. She just begot a child. Is her health okay? Everything is, it's important. Not that we forget or skip these material aspects, but basically helping each other to grow in bhakti together. That's why it's very very important to identify someone in our devotional life whom we can share our heart and challenges and share confidentially, so that he or she can also keep things confidential. So that's the fourth one. Fifth one is accepting prasad and offering prasad, inviting devotees to your place and serving them nice prasad, and also going to their place and accepting prasad. These are the six loving exchanges between devotees which are needed to build relationship, to build friendship. Because alone we cannot practice bhakti. We need relationships even in bhakti, because and I especially identifying the devotees who can help us to grow forward. Right? So these are the six loving exchange were given by Srila Rupa Goswami, right? And thus he says, even in ordinary society activities, Prabhu, right, these six type of dealing between two loving friends are absolutely there. For instance, when one businessman wishes to contact another businessman, he arranges a feast in the hotel. You've seen that, right? Whatever contracts and all that stuff they call in the hotel, they sponsor lunch and all that. So even there it is. So why not in spiritual life? Right? And then when he meets, he asks him, how's your business going on? How are your parents? And he exchanges those dealing, right? Similar thing, we do it in bhakti also, but not talking so much on material pain, but coming back to the point of uh, helping each other to grow. Like in the previous verse, Srila Rupa Goswami advised that one should renounce worldly association and keep the company of devotees. So why did Prabhupada establish ISKCON? We could have just, just Harinam party just going on. ISKCON temples are built so that we can have society, we can have communities building together. We come together, preach together, dance together, we chant together like we were doing Aarti. Now imagine if you are alone doing Aarti. Will it be fun? It will not be fun because we are not at that platform. We need devotees around. We just had Nityanand Tirodaji yesterday. Such a huge festival, Huge festival, very blissful. Abhishek, Kirtan, Prasad, drama, so many things are going. So this is very important aspect of this is why Prabhupada established ISKCON, right? Because people are coming forward and dealing with the give and take policy. The society is now expanding all over the world. Prabhupada is talking about, right? So we come together to deal and grow each other in Krishna consciousness. We sometimes hold Hare Krishna festival and invite life members. You see, so many festivals happening now. Gaur Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day will come, then Ramanavami will come, then Janmashtami will come, sorry, then Balram Jayanti will come, then Janmashtami will come, then Radhashtami will come. That way the festivals go on. And these festivals are there to cherish these moments. I was just sharing, and I started another class, another um, batch where we talk about Bhagavad Gita application in modern world. So I just take that on Sunday, and I was just referring that my Shiksha Guru once told me our life is like that magnetic tape. Earlier times there used to be a reel, you know, and every moment you spend in your life, it's like a stamp on that magnetic tape. So you keep collecting those stamps, and when we leave our body, that whole reel is run in front of us. And where it stops at last breath, that is our destination. That is our destination. So imagine I go to pub, I go to a bar, I go to a gambling house, I collect those stamps. What will happen to me? So one may say, okay, so I did that in the past before coming to bhakti. What do I do now? This is a very important question, right? So you collect newer stamps, which has now it overrode everything which had happened before. And that's why coming experience these festivals, coming for Mangala Arti, coming for Seva, doing devotional service together, dancing and chanting and serving together has high probability, going to holy places together to build those stems, and there is high probability of remembering those pastime versus those filthy things which we may have done before coming to Krishna consciousness. So this is what Krishna consciousness is all about, replacing our previous marks and stamps with wonderful Krishna conscious experiences. That's bhakti, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, we read in 2.62, Sangat Sanjayate Kama. One's desire and ambition develop according to the company one keeps. If one wants to learn smoking, the easiest thing is he comes in association of people who smoke. If one wants to learn drinking, if he comes in association of drunkard, he will learn drinking very fast. Same way, if one wants to develop love for Krishna, one comes in association of people who have really love for Krishna. Very easy to build.
One example, see,
Ah,
I was in India, right?
ah,
Around 4 months. Like my close friend,
ah.
I used to explain all daily for him about these classes and
Very
all.
nice.
So I used to go. We both used to go for Lal Bagh daily early morning.
Ah,
So now he don't have any association. He didn't go for ISKCON anything, but daily he's chanting 16 rounds. He
wow,
started reading Bhagavad Gita,
wow.
and he gave donated Bhagavatam set of book to someone.
Very
So
nice.
totally, whatever I did here, I was keep explaining him. He's keep doing everything.
Wow, wonderful,
So
bro. Wonderful. This is a great service you are doing for his welfare as well as
I
one
felt
who
very
gives
happy for that actually.
one who gives the path to others. His path is going back to God. It is confirmed, bro. That's amazing service actually. And try to connect him to the devotees because Maya is very strong. Like we gave an example about Bharat Maharaj, and we need loving exchanges, right? So very wonderful example. So pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the heart of living entity. It is not something to be gained from another source. Very important. There is there is a musk deer. You know about musk, right? There is the perfume brand called as musk, but that's not what I'm talking about. The musk deer is a special type of deer. In his throat, there is a musk, which is a very highly intoxicating fragrance. It's so fragrant that it attracts the opposite deer, and what to talk about anything else. And actually hunter hunts for it and kill them just to get that musk because it's so expensive. So it's not just perfume which you see. So that deer, when he smells that fragrance, he gets mad. Where is this? Where is this? I want to go. I want to go. I want to search for it. Just, yeah, search in the entire forest, but he can't find it. Where is that musk? It's in his throat. Exact the same situation. The love of Krishna is in each and everyone's heart, all of us, but it is dormant. What is dormant? It is as good as dead. It's not dead, but it is there, but it is as good as dead, right? So, what we are doing is actually trying to awaken that love of Krishna. That's why we are doing every activity. Because when we develop love for Krishna, the hankering for this world will go away. I want money, I want wife, I want husband, I want kids, I want father, I want mother, I want my brother, I want my sister, I want money, I want bank account, I want a car, I want a house, I want job, I want this company. All this hankering will go away. One may say, why should I leave those hankering? Because these are the cause of miseries. If you have that job, the boss fires you. Now you don't have a job. Or the boss changes now and now he irritates you and he creates a problem for you. You don't like the same job. It's the same thing like you are walking very nicely and then you slip in the snow and then you hurt your back. The same back which was making you dance now running here and there, now that gives you trouble. That's how this material world is. Everything in this material world, the seed of suffering, let me repeat that. Everything in this material world has a seed of suffering baked into that. Anybody you take, anybody, I'll give you my example. For me, my life was my wife, and she became the biggest cause of my suffering when she left because I was attached. Everything in this material world, every relationship in this material world, parent, wife, is the cause of suffering. They also suffer, we also suffer. When they leave, we feel that separation and we also suffer. Everything, every relationship, everything. You get a brand new phone and slips from your hand from 10th floor. What happens? It feels like your heart fell off from the 10th floor to the ground floor because you spent $1,000 or whatever it is. But I wanted to enjoy. So that became the cause of suffering. That's how this material world is designed. That's why one who has a faith in this material world, he has to suffer. She has to suffer. But when one realizes, I do not belong here, I do not belong here, this world is not a place for a gentleman to stay, Prabhupada used to say. Jesus Christ said that, don't build a house on a bridge. This world is like a bridge to cross over. Don't build your house here. You don't build your houses on the bridge. Bridge is there to cross from point A to point B. So this body is given to cross over this bridge and get out of it. Deliver the soul from this body. This body is a medium through which we help the soul to deliver, because soul cannot deliver itself. Soul needs the body to be delivered. And we use that body every moment to actually remember Krishna and remember that I do not belong here. Everything, every activity, every person, everything in this material world has a seed of suffering, whether you accept today or you experience it and feel it tomorrow. But that's the reality. I'm telling you based on my experience. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this process, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. When this love of Krishna is dormant within the heart, we want to awaken that. And how do we awaken that? By chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he actually went to Gaya, He went to Ishwarapuri. He said, please initiate me. And when he initiated, Keshav Bharati Maharaj, actually, sorry. So Keshav Bharati Maharaj, when he was initiating, so he told Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ear. He actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Keshav Bharati, and Keshav Bharati told him back, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The same Maha Mantra now we are chanting. Imagine the power of this mantra. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting this mantra, he said, he came back to Keshav Bharati. What mantra have you given me? I become mad when I chant this name. What is this? And the Guru said, this is perfect. When you chant this mantra, this should awaken the dormant love of Krishna, which is there in our heart. And this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling us. So this is the most important aspect of our bhakti. We chant minimum 16 rounds. One round is 108 beats. If we are not there yet, we target for that, but that's needed. It is said in Shastras, one who chant 16 rounds for 15 years consecutively, he is eligible to go back to Godhead. So it's very important, right? So it purifies the heart, right? The members of ISKCON invite the society member and support us to dine with them, and they hold love feast like we have Sunday feast. We call, Prabhupada gave the name Sunday love feast, not Sunday feast, Sunday love feast. What is that? It's not just the feast, it's about loving exchanges between devotees. Some devotees are serving somebody or honoring. When they are honoring, they are helping each other, they are discussing Krishna Katha. That is the purpose. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam we will read after, hopefully, Nectar of Instruction, or maybe we will read something else before Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Savai pumsa paro dharmo yato bhakti radokshaje ahituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. What is that? The supreme occupation. Now we are doing so many occupation. I am a father, I am a mother, I'm a child, I'm a parent, I am so and so engineer, I am so and so this person, and all the stuff. These are occupation. But what is the highest occupation? The supreme occupation. What is that? That should awaken the loving devotional service to Krishna. That I want to serve Krishna. How can I serve? How can I preach about Krishna? And that bhakti, that devotional service is unmotivated. What does unmotivated means? Like in Hindi, we had that, like before coming to Krishna consciousness, we used to sing Sukh Sampati Gar Ave Kashta Mite Tan Ka Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Om Jaya Jagadish Hare. You are calling Lord Vishnu's name. Why? Sukh Sampati. The Sukh means happiness. Sampati means money. Ghar Ave. Come at home. Kashtamite tanka, there should not be bodily misery. And that's what we ask. And there is another one which is Tera tujhko arpan kya lage mera, which means it is yours and I'm offering it to you. Nothing belongs to me. It just, these are mere words, but the feeling behind whatever, whoever is singing is what? Sukh, whatever is that? सब कुछ है मेरा क्या लागे तेरा. We call Krishna, no, this is mine, this why nothing belongs to you, this is mine, this is my wife, this is my property, this is my car, this is, Krishna, please leave me, I don't want to give anything, this is mine. That's what the mentality is. But a bhakti means unmotivated. I have no motivation behind it, and it should be uninterrupted. Not that, oh, I have difficulty going in my life now and I take bhakti seriously, and when those things are solved, I just go back to square one. Now life is great. Again, problem comes. Oh, Krishna, where are you? You come. Problem is all. Bye bye, Krishna. See you later. Next Janmashtami. Not like that. Bhakti has to be unmotivated and uninterrupted. Jesus Christ said a beautiful line. He said, either be hot or be cold. Don't be lukewarm. I'll spit at you. Either you practice bhakti with intensity or don't practice bhakti. I'm not suggesting we should do that. But don't be hanging around here and there. Oh yeah, Sunday feast is there, I'll go. Then I'll go around, I'll go this place, that place, I'll enjoy. I'll do this shopping, that shopping. I'm not saying you should stop that, but I'm saying come to the platform, understand that bhakti is the only treasure. Nothing else matters to me. And the time comes in everybody's life. We don't want to wait for that time. Sometimes we learn from others' experience. Fool like me never understood, and I now go through, I realize what it is all about. So, if the members of human society actually want peace in mind, peace of mind, tranquility, or friendly relationship between men and nations, they must follow Krishna conscious system of religion. Why? Because there is no I, me, and mine here. No I, me, and mine here. If you go, like what happens, you say, for an example, restaurant is, or whatever, say, there is an ice cream parlor who's giving free ice cream. There are two ice creams left, or there is one ice cream left. And now there is another guy. You run. You want to reach there because you want to get that ice cream. I don't care about others, whether I need that ice cream, I'll run. That's material world. In spiritual world, you see dealings is, no, no, you take. I will not take. We take, I ask other devotee, two gulab jamun, you take. I don't want. We want to give others first and we want to be second. This is spiritual life. Because there is no I, me, and mine here. It's about everything other. I am a servant. I am a servant. This is why we come here, when we have other people, we call them Prabhu. A men we call Prabhu, and we Matajis we call Mataji. Why? When we call Prabhu, you are the master. Mataji is like a mother, which means I will not see that other lady with different relationship, and I'll respect her as a mother. She's with a very high qualification stage than me. This is very important. So that's why Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wants that broadcasting Krishna conscious movement, not to speak to the impersonal Mayavadis. Anyway, I don't want to get into that part. Prabhupada is majorly focusing on people who have the thought, I will become God one day. No, we will never become God. Right? The conclusion is that we should always keep company with devotees. Very important. Observe the regulative devotional principles, follow in the footsteps of Acharya, and in full obedience carry out the orders of spiritual master. My dear devotees, we have to aspire, we have to come to the stage of inquiring, where is the Guru? Whom can I get initiation from? Whom can I get the guidance from? Very important. You see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a Guru, Krishna had a Guru, Brahma has a Guru, Narada Muni has a Guru, Vyasdeva has a Guru, everyone has a Guru. Why? Because without Guru, no one can achieve Krishna. This is very important. Right? So we should serve spiritual master and look for that one. Any questions, comments, or reflection? I don't want to take next word, so I want to discuss and I want to hear from you all. What did we discuss today? Vimesh Prabhu, you want to start?
Yes, Prabhuji, like when you said either we have to be hot or cold, not lukewarm. So it takes a lot of time, Prabhuji, because like it's like ups and downs. It will be keep going and coming. Like for example, like now my work is very huge. So every day I used to chant morning times. Now today at like 7:30 I completed 16 rounds. So we can't with this material world. It is very hard to be at one side, Prabhuji. Frankly speaking, it will keep changing hours based on the situation of the work. We cannot like that. We know that the morning chanting is awesome, but still we couldn't able to. Sometimes we cannot do that. So how to come out of those things?
Prabhu, multiple aspects to that, and I will cover that. First and foremost thing, yes, there could be certain days you can't do it. It's okay. Don't build that practice that you chant in the evening or night.
Yes.
Certain days is okay. I'll be very honest with myself. I wake up at 4:30, 4:45, and I get into kitchen to cook for my kids. I don't have a time to chant. So until they go to school 7:15, at that time I actually start chanting. And then because I'm getting old, I want to develop the habit of doing little exercise, some yoga, So I do that before my chanting, because my challenge is that once I start chanting at 16 on, my work will start and I will not get the time. Like I didn't do it today. So I cannot do my yoga. So I do yoga for 10-15 minutes and then I start my rounds. Now I'm not saying everyone's situation is same, because it is situational basis and everyone's situation is different. I am in dilapidated condition because I have to do like that. Though I work from home, but I don't have a liberty actually to wake up early in the morning to chant, but I have to take care of my family. So I can't chant. So there is a sincere desire to Krishna. Krishna, I want to chant. That's why what I do is, and please pray for me that I continue
Somehow
that,
I will finish 16 hours, but not morning. That's what happens.
which is okay. That's why I'm coming to. So what I pray is every Saturday I come here for Mangalarti. That Saturday I want to chant nice rounds. I pray to Krishna, Krishna, my situation is like that, I can't do it. Saturday I'll come and chant my 16. Please help me. And some days even like I have seva on Friday night and it sometimes get till 11 p.m. And then if I can't wake up, then my vow is there not there. So what can I do? But I want to do that stuff. So what I will do is, even if I can't wake up at 4:15, I'll wake up at 5 and I'll come back at 5:45 here and chant. I'll come for chanting. If I can't come for Mangalarti, I want to chant. So when you show your sincerity to Krishna, he reciprocate. I'm not giving my example,
Yes, yes, probably.
but I'm just sharing one.
If
I
you
am
show interest, for sure he will give back.
Krishna reciprocates that.
Somehow he will try to complete that.
Prabhu, today I'll tell you my situation is that if I have to go to work, my whole life will be disturbed. I can't cook for my kids. I cannot chant a single round because reaching to it. Krishna arranged that I don't have to go to work. How long I don't know. But the facility is given, Prabhu.
Same
When
thing.
it is not utilized properly, it is taken away. That's how this material world is designed.
Correct, Prabhuji. Even now I'm praying Krishna only thing as I'm going back to India. Give me a job. I'm not even worried about salary, Prabhuji. I'm requesting Krishna, give me the company where I can chant my 16 rounds. I don't want
Wonderful.
more salary. This is
Wonderful.
what I'm requesting.
Amazing.
So
We should try that. So that's one aspect to cover. This one aspect. The second aspect which I wanted to cover, I forgot the thought. Just give me 1 minute. It's a very beautiful thought which came to my mind immediately, and I wanted to cover that first, but I just didn't want to go very rough that way. So I thought I'll pause this and I'll keep this for the second one. This material world is designed to make you suffer. I remember it now.
Dukhalayam.
You know how? Thank you. You know how the gold is formed? The gold, if you go to gold mining, I haven't gone, but I have heard it. It has to go through very high temperature of heat and fire, and that's how its impurities go away. So in bhakti also, sometimes we are tested very thoroughly to become like gold. The gold doesn't come like that. Oh, you say, "Arey gold, I have to go through so much of difficulty." Oh, Krishna, be forgive me, and then just make gold just like that. No. To become gold, shining gold, the metal has to go through such a high intensity of fire to become like such shining object like that. So when someone is tested with this thing, when someone is persevering, I want to do it, becomes more brighter like gold. So miseries of this material world, when the bhakta is going through that, they should help us to go become like a gold. I was just sharing an example about a caterpillar. A caterpillar goes through so much pain to become a beautiful butterfly. One time, there was one guy who was seeing a caterpillar who was going into the Puna butterfly and was not able to come out. It helped. He helped. That butterfly could never fly. Am I making sense? No. He held that somehow this butterfly come out. That butterfly's wings were not developed properly because this guy helped. So a caterpillar has to go through so much of pain to become a butterfly. And that butterfly we have seen, so beautiful. It doesn't manifest just like that. Like people think about, I'll go to the gambling house and then I'll earn $1 million and I'll have $1 million in my bank account. Doesn't work that way, right? So we need to go through the experience of transformation. Going through difficulty gives us appetite to actually experience what we are achieving. You see, Olympic players, when they practice to actually participate in, say, Olympic run, they measure the time and they beat their own record every day. I finish one lap in 10 seconds, tomorrow 8. Then I have to beat 8. I have to come to 6 to 4. If for mundane achievement they work so hard to break their own record, why not we do it for Krishna? This is for our eternal benefit. Why don't we do that? Sorry, I don't have a time. Sorry, sir, you are not eligible for the Olympics. If you want to participate in Olympics, you come here and then would come with that decision. Don't come like that. I can't do it. Just forget it. Get lost from here. Like a person who gets into the army. Sorry, sir, I can't get lost from here. This is being lukewarm. You need a qualification and we need to earn that qualification. I can't say I can. Sorry. People who are cold hearted get lost from here. It may feel really rude, but that's a reality. We are not targeting being a president of the country. This is, we are talking about going back to spiritual world. Even becoming a president is like a huge thing, and we are talking about going back to Krishna, crossing all material layers, going to spiritual abode, and that too also on the top planet. Not possible just like that. I'll think, oh, I'll just chant 16 rounds, I'll come to the temple Mangalarti like I'm doing Saturday. Forget it, man. You're speaking this philosophy. Paramatma is telling me, you're speaking, you will be tested one day. My spiritual master one day was giving a class. He said like that, each and every one of you will be tested. And Prabhu, this test is even tougher than becoming a gold. I'll be very honest. When the test of the life comes, no, melts you down at the degree which is million times higher than you can think about. Seen it in my life in front of my eyes. My wife, when she came out of ventilator, how she remembered Krishna and how she left. That was a huge test for her. She made it because her guru was there. That's why we need guru. When we have a guru, when we have a desire to serve guru, things manifest. Krishna takes us seriously now. Because we have ditched Krishna so many lifetimes. He has lost trust on us. Someone has to vow in front on behalf of us. This guy is good. No, he ditched me. No, this guy is good. Take him. Take her. We have to practice with that intensity. And how can that intensity come? Because there is so much challenge, like you said. Work challenge, relationship challenge, financial challenge, the health challenge. You tell me what problems are not there. Now, tomorrow there is snowstorm coming up. Now, for us, it's okay. What is going? One day I will tell you. I was in Toronto General Hospital. I realized at 8:30 I land with this one. Brutal winter. My wife was admitted there, and I had to go. I had my kidney stone problem that night itself, and I had to run outside and then I have to go to ER from there. And I saw two guys. From the buildings in downtown, there is some um, smoke comes out from whatever is being burned down and whatever is the cooking and all that stuff. This guy was with snow going on, super cold. He was sleeping there. A beggar. He was beggar sleeping there. At least get some heat out of that one. I had tears in my eyes. We all are sitting. I can switch on the heater and I can comfortably sleep. There is no scope of complaining. You have to stop complaining. I don't have this. I don't have this. I want this. I want that. Nothing will happen correctly in our life. That's how material world is designed. Material world is designed to frustrate us at every moment, every second. Earlier we realize we accept Krishna consciousness that way. That's a reality. I'm sorry being little this thing, but I'm just telling it myself because I have to work on that piece. So thank you. Any final questions or comments? Okay, thank you all for joining. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll continue next week. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Hare